Hey, what's up, guys and girls? This lesson, this short video, is just going to be covering the how to tune the violin. So I thought after showing you guys some of the bow and the, parts of the violin, I thought we'd just learn probably the first thing that you should learn is tuning. So how exactly do we tune this violin? So what we want to do is we're going to start on the A string, right? And you can use a tuning app, which would help greatly. Make sure the tuning frequency is maybe 443, 444, 445 is okay. Beyond 446 is pretty high, and lower than 440 is a little bit too low for me. So I think perfect would be 443. So that's what I would go for if I were you. Yeah, and what you want to do is only the A string. We want to make sure that this little thing that goes back and forth is going to be in the middle only for the A string, and it should light up green whatever app you're using, and you just want it to be sure that it's in the middle. And so now I'll get into the actual technical parts of tuning. And so look, we have our violin, right? This is a full-size violin, and most full-size violins do not have fine tuners here except for the E string, and a fine tuner is basically just, your peg tuners, but it's for really small adjustments, it's not going to be changing a big drastic sound. But for higher level violinists and more advanced violinists, we have pegs, and we don't need these fine tuners anymore, because it just gets in the way, kind of ugly. So you don't need it if you're advanced. Now let's get into the tuning. So put your bow, and then we're just gonna hear what we are working with so far. Sounds actually pretty good to me, so let's say that that's good, and then we're gonna keep what we have there. Now we're gonna start with the D and the A. I actually like that, but let's say that I don't like that and I want to change this, so we'll go down. Okay, so here's the new one. Okay, we don't like that sound. That's not a good sound. Okay, and I like that sound now. And how I know what I like and how you know if your violin is tuned, it's just over experience, and you're just gonna have to learn it over time. But what I'm hearing for when I'm tuning is not a clashing between the two sounds. No dissonance is what we call it. You want it to harmonize nice, and you want it to sound really good when you play these double stops. Okay, so now once we have the D and the A, we're going to go to the G and the D. I don't like this, so okay, now I like that. Notice how I'm going below what the tuning should be, and then I'm working my way up. And if I still don't like it, then I go a little bit up, and then I go back down, and then I repeat this loop till I get what I like. That's how I like to do it. Okay, so now we did the A, we did the D and the A, and we did the G and the D. So now we do the A, and the E is what you think, but we should. So let's hear it. The A and the E. Let's hear that. Notice how I'm using the fine tuner for this, because we get that, because using the peg for the E string can be pretty challenging and it's not very rewarding. So we just use a fine tuner for that, but if you're a beginner, you will be using that for all of your strings. So and one thing, if you're using a tuner, which I highly recommend, an app, you can use whatever app there is, but make sure that you're not tuning the A string to perfection, and then you go to the D string and then tune that to perfection on the app while not playing double stops, and then you do the G string and get it to the green. That's something that I see a lot of beginners do, and it's a mistake, and I'm always correcting people when they do that. You don't want to just play the single note A. Make sure it's green, D, green, G, green, and E green, because that may seem good, and on paper it does seem good, because now you should be, in theory, all tuned. But when you play your notes in the double stop, it's not going to sound good. they're not going to be working with each other. We want the notes to work with each other and sound good together, not individually sounding good. Okay? So that was just a little quick tip, and go out there and tune. Yeah, I mean, that's it for this episode. This one was a little bit of a longer one, but I hope that I got down the basics for this. And yeah, if you guys want to support this channel, just like and subscribe. So yeah, see you in the next one.